What are you doing? Go back and see that. Come on. Jump up. Good morning. There she is. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay, good. Let's get going. Sue had to go to work early today, so she's not going to be with us. So take a nice big deep breath. And Anne is traveling. And let it go. And take another big deep breath. And relax. And one more. Really try to pull those arms nice and wide when you raise them up. Now let that right hip come out and let that right arm go up. And then same thing, other side. So you're really trying to bring a lot of length to the side body so you get the benefit of this stretch. So you're trying to lift up out of your hips, get nice and tall with the body. One more. Nice. Now, make a fist, pull those elbows back, pull the tummy in as best as you can and come halfway down. And then back up. Squeeze your butt cheeks as you rise back up. Oh, there's Anne. Come on back down. Welcome. And back up. And you're pushing your weight into the back of the heels. Trying to stay out of your toes. Get the elbows high. We'll do one more. Now, all the way down. Keep your feet wide, though, and just relax your head. Let it kind of go where it wants to. So we're just going to hang out here for a few breaths. If you can, your legs are straight. You're drifting your hips backwards. Take some big breaths here. Okay, one hand at a time above the knees. Come all the way back up to standing. Take a nice big deep breath. And then slow swan dive down, nice and slow. When we get down, we're going to walk out to plank. So baby steps with the hands to the front of the mat. Get your feet in plank position. We're going to hold here just for a few breaths. And then we're going to oscillate between plank and down dog. So drop into the shoulders a little bit. Get your hips up so they're in line with your back. Now pull through down dog. Heels drive to the floor. Come back forward to your plank. And let's just do that a few times. So today we're going to use a ball, but I don't think Anne has one. So Anne, you're going to do walkout bridges as a modification. And we are going to use the bands for our outer hips today. So you might want to go find them if you don't have them. Okay, in your plank position, drive your left knee to your left elbow. And then the right knee to the right one. And just keep oscillating from side to side. Nice and slow and in control. Your shoulders stay right over the wrists. Try not to let them move back. Okay, let's put our knees down. Toes are going to stay tucked under so you're nice and stable. We're going to round the back. And now sink into the shoulders, take your gaze forward. So now you have that big arch behind you. Round, pushing away from the floor, and then drop it. One more time, round. Really keep the belly hollowing out when you do these. Okay, meet me back in your plank and back to a down dog. Now we're going to start lifting and lowering our legs. So start out left and then switch right and keep it going. While you do that, to get my bug spray. Keep lifting and lowering. Okay, meet me back in your plank. Now step your knees into bear and just hold your bear. So A few breaths with the knees 1 inch off the floor. And then put the knees down, let everything relax. Reactivate and lift. Take a breath or two. And then lower. And keep that going. Up and lower. Don't forget to get these breaths in. I want you to breathe a lot today in class. Really good for you. Do a few more. Okay, back to a small down dog. So all you did was move to a straight leg with your butt up. Hold it here for a breath or two. Now we're going to walk our hands towards our feet, knee back in that full fold. Now your feet are hip width apart with your legs straight. Inhale, extend to a flat back. While you're here and your spine is long, move your butt backwards. And then fold back down. Inhale, lift. Butt goes back. Fold back down. One more. Inhale, lift. And back down. Unhinge, reach and lift the body all the way up. Flip the palms so they face and lift them up. Try to get the arms nice and long. And then relax. Okay. We're going to do one weight only, the heaviest one that you have. You're going to have your left foot forward and your right leg back. We're going to do a bicep curl to a press. So just easy, nothing crazy fast, especially if you've got a heavy weight. It's more about doing it correctly. So we're going to do 8. And then we're going to take it down. Just to switch it up. We don't want to be bored. So really try to control that bicep curl, especially when you're going to fully extended arm. Nice and slow and in control. Two more. High on the toes on that back foot, right? I'm getting challenging. Okay, here we go. The arm is down. You're going to keep your spine long as you hinge forward. Your palm faces the midline of the body. Take the weight as far down as you can and then slowly bring it back up. Now you're going to hammer curl it and press. So all the way down. Spine long, however low you can go. Hammer curl to a press. Nice. So you got a little bit of momentum helping you get this weight up, especially if it's heavy. But try to keep nice and high on that back foot, especially when you're hinging. It's a great little balance challenge for you as well. We want to try to keep as much weight in our forward leg. 3 more. Oh my goodness, this is so fun. That was such an incredible photo, Anne, that you posted of the moon. It was just, wow, I'm sure. Okay, one more here. Switch hands and switch your feet. So you've got your weight in the left hand and your right leg forward. Nice and high on the toes. Give me a bicep curl to a press. Nice. Don't forget to exhale out as you press up. Try to be nice and stable. And if you feel a little unstable, take that back foot, move it out a tiny bit, a little bit to the left. Two more. Okay. Now it's coming all the way down. Spine stays long though, you're not rounding. Hammer, curl, press. If you need to use a little momentum coming up, you can. Keep that back foot nice and high, the heel up. Purposefully try to get as much weight into that forward leg. So we only have a micro bend in this right leg. It's pretty much straight. Okay, we have 3 more here. Nice job. Okay. Keep that weight handy and find its mate, because we're going to use both of them in our next exercise. When you work upper and lower together, it gets the body warm. Okay. You guys ready? Both weights, the heaviest ones you have. We're going to do a deadlift. Both of our feet are on the floor, facing straight out. Weights by your side. Come on down as a deadlift, and then lower your booty into a squat, and then pop back up. So deadlift, spine stays long. Squat it out, look forward, pop it up. Nice. Great job. Make that squat as great as you can. That's your job today. So try to get nice and low. Big bends in the legs. And we take our gaze forward so that we don't have a tendency to round our back. This is great quad work. Lots of button hammies. And you're staying nice and broad through your shoulders, so you're still working your upper back while you hold these heavy weights. Nice. 3 more. We're going to give our hands a break on this after this next one. We're going to grab our band and work our outer hips. No weights. Let your hands relax. So you're going to lie down. Wrap the band just above the ankles. And let's get our legs up. So open out nice and wide. Hold for 5 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the feet together. And then repeat. And together. And open. And together. How fun is this? Hopefully you've got the black band. It's the toughest one of the group. We're going to do 10 in total. And you're really counting those 5 counts. Don't cheat yourself. Nice job. You're probably feeling this already on those outer hips. Just breathe through it. Close your eyes. Kind of just get lost in the counting. Don't think about the feeling. Think about getting through the goal. If you can open wider, by all means, that's the objective, right? As wide as you can hold your feet is what you ought to be doing. Here's my last one. Now bring your knees in. Just relax for a sec, and then we're going to come back to it with a little pulse. So legs are back straight again, open out wide, and go in and out an inch. Not too fast, you want to be in control. Doesn't need to be huge, just enough to kind of wake up those muscles. Five more seconds. Okay. Hopefully you were feeling that. Get rid of your bend. And since we're lying down, we're going to do, with our heaviest weights, some chest work. So I'd like you to find yourself in a bridge with your heavy weights. Palms are facing out. Just do a regular old chest press here. We're doing 10. Squeeze that butt. Nice and tight. The weights touch at the top. Please keep your wrists neutral. Tummy is in because you're pressing it down. Squeeze that chest. That's why you pull those weights together at the top. Okay, now hold them up. Now turn them to so your palms face each other. Let the weights touch, and then open them back out to your chest press. Turn, palms face at the top, open back out lower. Up and turn, and lower. Just adding a little oomph to the chest here. It's amazing when you switch up little things, how they get different muscles involved. Okay, we have 4 more. Okay, put your butt down, put your weights down by your side. We're coming back down. We're going to do a little core segment here. So lying down, you extend your right leg out 45 degrees. Your hands are behind the head. The head's on the floor. Your left knee is in towards you. So you got your left knee in and your right leg out straight. Lift up into a crunch. Keep the elbows back, but rotate the torso, that right shoulder towards that left knee. And then come back down and switch your legs. Left leg out, right knee in, lift up, rotate, come back down and switch. So we're going fairly slow, thinking about what we're doing. Hollow out that belly. Lift, turn, come back down and switch. Really make an effort to get the knee in close to you. So you're not just like letting it hang out, you're actively pulling it in. It's those little subtle differences that we want to achieve. Maximize our 45 minutes together. So no hanging out knees, pull them in even tighter. You'll feel your side body. Okay, we have 4 more. Make sure you're keeping the elbow back. Get your shoulder blades up. Then make the turn. Nice job. Okay. Hug your knees in. Relax a tiny bit here. Make a circle, whatever floats your boat. Just a little reprieve. Little calm before we knock out 10 push-ups. Okay, let's get it done. 10 push-ups. Flip around. So if you want to try in a high plank to lower without your knees down, and then if you need help, put them down to get back up. Okay. Ooh, that was so fun, wasn't it? After all those chest presses. Okay, come on back up. My favorite. So 2 weights, single leg deadlift. So we're going to hold 2. Keep your posture very important. Starting on the left leg. Right leg comes back. Now, if you want to do a modification, you can always have your toes down on the floor ever so slightly, like I'm demonstrating now. Come down and then back up with most of your weight in your left leg, or take the back leg completely off the floor. Come down nice and slow and come up just as slow. We have 8 on this leg. It's all about range of motion. Now, when you start your descent, try to pull the hips backwards. You want to be loading the posterior muscle chain of the body. And if you can float that right leg, and it doesn't need to touch at the top of the move, more power to you. It's a nice little progression to add in. Remember to keep the hips back when you start your descent, because you know they want to float forward. The back of the body is asking the front of the body to help out, but you got to be the boss. Say no, no thank you. I got this. Woo. So hopefully you guys are counting, because you know I've lost track of my count, but I am going to switch legs. So let's go, other side. Working on my last 2. Woohoo! And one more. Okay. Whew. Put those big boys down. Shake out your grip. We're going to do a little kickback. Little tricep kickback. We're going to start out with 1. We're going to finish with 2. So get both your weights, but just grab 1 to start. You're going to start out with your left hand resting on your leg, hinge down, elbow up. The weight is in your right hand. Kick it back, keep your shoulders nice and square. Go to a fully extended arm, and then nice and in control on the way down. Now, if you haven't hollowed out that belly, better get it done quickly. So we do 8 on one side, and then we switch. 8 on the other. Now trying not to squeeze that weight too tight. You want to be holding it quite loosely in your hand. Switch after 8. This is sort of your warm up. After these 8, we're going to do 2 at a time. Keep those shoulders nice and square. Nice job. Okay, pick up the other one. So we come down, get the elbows up, keep them close to the body, take both back, just for 8. Nice and slow and in control. Make sure you haven't dropped your face. Keep that neck nice and long. So you're just looking forward of the mat. Okay. Whew. That was getting tough. Okay, we're going to come down and do a little plank series. So let's get down on the ground. However you find your way, we're going to start out in a forearm plank with our elbows under the shoulders, palms on the floor, step back, hold your plank. Now figure out a way to get your belly up and in. Just do it. Make sure you haven't dropped your face. We're not here much longer. Count to 10. Okay, put your knees down. Come onto your right forearm facing the left side of your room. Stack your knees. Lift your left arm up. So you're in a kneeling side plank. Lift the top leg, keep it bent. Now, keeping that top leg up, we're going to lower the hips and then press them back up. So lower down, knee stays up though, and press up. We have 5 more to do. So a total of 8. Make sure you're pushing those hips up nice and high. You're feeling this probably in that right upper thigh. And you're definitely feeling it in the obliques and your whole side body there. Okay, relax. Woo! Come back to your low plank. Palms face down, tummy in. Make sure your legs are nice and straight. Count to 10. Okay, knees down. Let's get onto this left forearm. Stack your knees. Right arm up. Top leg up. Keep it bent. Lower your hips. Push them back up. A lot of glute work too going on here. So let's get through 8 nice and steady. Make each one fabulous. This is working your whole body. It's fabulous exercise. Push those hips up, make them great. Keep the top knee up, keep that leg bent. Last 3. Okay. Back on your back. Okay, let's bring our knees in, give ourselves a little bit of love here. Let's make a nice circle. Actually, let's do a little glute stretch while we're here. So cross your right knee over your left knee and bring your knees in towards the chest. If you can reach, grab hold of the outsides of each of your feet and give them a gentle pull towards your butt. Getting a nice release on that outer right hip. You're welcome. Okay, uncross, go the other way, left knee over right, pull the knees in, find the outsides of your feet, pull them down towards your butt. Okay, rock yourself back up. If you have a ball, grab your ball. If you don't, you're going to get yourself into a bridge with your feet as close to your butt as you can get them. If you're using a ball, you've got the back of the heels in the middle part of the ball. You're going to lift the hips up and then pull the ball in. And while you're pulling the ball in, you're lifting your butt up. Those two things happen together. Now, if you're not on a ball, step your feet out 4 inches. And if you're using a ball, you slowly go to a straight leg. And as you pull back in, you elevate your hips at the same time. Step your feet out a little more. Roll the ball out till your legs are completely straight. Hips up, feet roll back in. If you're in your bridge, step your feet out a little more. Roll the ball out. And back in, hips elevate simultaneously. Step your feet out a little bit. Ball goes out. Hopefully you're still keeping that butt off the floor. Roll in, lift up. Step your feet out, take the ball out. Roll back in. Now, if you can't step your feet out anymore and keep your butt off the floor, you're going to step them in towards your butt. Ball goes out. Bring it in. Step your feet in a little closer. Ball goes out. Ball comes in. Step your feet in a little closer. Ball goes out. Bring it in. And relax. Okay. Goodbye, ball. We are going to do one more round with your band. So find it quickly. How are we doing for time? I want to try to get some stretching in at the end if we have time. Hopefully we do. Okay, lying down, legs up, bend just above the ankles. Take your feet out, hold for that 5 counts. And bring it together. You bring it together till you release the tension in the band. Hold it out for 5. And bring it together. We're only doing 8, and then we add a pulse, and then that's it for the band. See if you can get further each time. You have to really make that concerted effort here. It's just not, oh, I got this, I can hold this. Try harder. So you're actively pushing out for those 5 counts. So rather than say, hold for 5 counts, push out harder for 5 counts. And then tell me you don't feel that difference. That's how you get that real tremble. That's your body saying, thank you so much. I love you too. It should be so hard to just barely hold those 5 counts because you're activating the whole time. So I have one more to do. Then we take a little reprieve very quickly. So pull your knees into the chest, just hang out here for a sec, and then we're going to come back to our pulse. Okay, let's do it. Open out wide, and then create that small movement. Okay, relax. Nice job. Get rid of the band. Roll it up. We're going to do a little hollow hold since we're down here. Cheers. I had to grab a little sip. So we're going to start with your legs up at the top. Now, the head and shoulder blades come up first. So let's tuck the chin. Try to create that lift of the shoulder blades. Hollow out the belly. And then let the legs come down. Just hold. Arms up. They can face whichever way you like. If you really want to try to get those shoulder blades up, tuck your chin, look at your belly, make sure it's down. And relax. One more, just one. We're going to try to hold it for 30 seconds. You count. So head up, tuck the chin, lower the legs. Arms are extended out. Pull the stomach down. You can pulse your arms if you like. Might help you count. And bring it in. Okay. Let's hug the knees into the chest, nice and close. And then gently turn the head side to side. So you release all the muscles in the neck. Now both legs up, arms on the floor. Take that right leg, hover it 1 inch above the floor. It's a little bit of a hip flexor stretch while you're just holding it there. And then you're actually working the hip flexor as you, in slow motion, raise the leg back up. And then repeat on the other side. When you take the leg down, push the heel away from you. Push it out. Your leg should be nice and long. Keep the belly pulling down. Bring it up in slow motion. And repeat again on the other side. Heel pushes out as you lower. Now, if you want to amp this up, the leg at the top, move it out a little bit and you'll feel so much intensity come to the 6-pack muscle. Come up slowly. It's really a great core exercise and hip flexor strength. Left leg goes down. Push the heel out. Take that right leg, move it forward, hold, breathe. And come up slowly. Nice job. Pull both knees in. We're going to come and do a little happy baby here. So elbows to the inside, holding the outsides of the feet, heels to the ceiling. Use your hands to pull the knees towards the floor. Keep your lower back on the mat. We're going to squeeze in some nice stretching today. You want to add a gentle little rock to massage your lower back. That might feel good. Okay, let's bring the legs down. We have a small bend in the legs, and we take the right knee over the left. Use that right leg to guide the left knee towards the floor, but not all the way. So you're rolling slightly onto that right side. Left arm comes up and out. Big stretch for that side body and your chest. It's a great stretch to do because we did a lot of hip work. And if you want to wiggle that arm around a little bit to find a different angle that might feel better, same with that right knee if you want to push it down a little. We're going to stay here for another 10 seconds. How lucky are we? Okay, let's bring the arm in, uncross before you come up. And then you're going to reposition yourself on your back, pull both knees up and into the chest. I kind of like to reset everything. Okay, move the legs back out just so that you have a small bend in the knee. And we're going to cross the left over the right. Use that left leg to guide the right knee towards the floor. And then offset that movement by opening out the arm. So this is what I like to refer to as a working stretch. You're continuing to reach and get long. Okay, bring the arm in, bring the knees in, uncross them. Let's keep the legs bent. Now, with your arms on the floor by your side, just let the knees go right. And then swing them back over to the other side. And then just oscillate between the two sides. It's kind of massaging your glutes. Probably where you're feeling this. If you're on a hard surface, it should feel good. Couple more. Okay. Extend the legs all the way out. Point the toes. Take your arms all the way back behind you and spread your fingers wide. Full body stretch. Now bring the arms back in. I want you to have your elbows and shoulders at the same height and your wrist and elbows in the same line. Let's get nice and flat on those shoulder blades and keep your legs extended out. You can relax your feet. You don't need to point. So you might want to take a peek at each elbow and see if you've lined it up correctly. The back of the hands are on the floor. Spread the fingers wide. And then make a fist. And then open out wide and make a fist. And open out wide. Now you're going to lift the back of the hand off the floor, bring it up and forward. As far forward as they go without you feeling like you've rounded your shoulders forward. And then take them back down. Back of the hand on the floor. Lift up. Do these nice and slowly. This is kind of like a nice little shoulder rehab. Make sure you're nice and flat on your blades. And while you're here, you can really still actively work your stomach by pulling it down. Let's just do a few more. Okay, bring the arms in by your side. We're going to do a Pilates style roll up. So head lifts first, your chin tucks, roll up nice and slow while you pull in the stomach, one vertebrae at a time. It's pesky little mosquitoes. Okay, now open the feet to the corners of your mat and roll forward. We're going to do a nice lower back stretch here. So you're in flexion and you're not holding your head up. Just let it go where it wants to. You can get your forearms down, fabulous. But what I want you to do is pull in the stomach. Stay here for a few breaths. Okay, roll it back up. And we are out of time. Pull those feet in, come up onto the toes. You're going to lift your hips up, look through your knees. Feel a nice unweighting of the upper body. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Slow reverse swan dive back up. Flip the palms, reach them to the sky. I thank you so much for your power and strength. Thank you for being here. Woohoo, we got it done. I can't hear either of you, but that's okay. There she is.
Oh, Val just left. She had to go to work.
Oh,